This just in, is YouTube making some changes that may not be beneficial for anyone. Also, we're seeing a new indie brand launching this week while saying goodbye to an old one. And finally, did Glamlight make a mistake? We have all that and more in this week's new makeup releases. So grab a snack, grab a drink, because this might be juicy. Hello, my most beautiful friends in the entire world. It's Sunday, which means it's our new makeup release Sunday, where we get to sit back, relax, and talk about all the new makeup as well as beauty news that happened this week in the beauty community. So we're going to go ahead and dive right on into it. So first thing I want to talk about is actually some changes that YouTube is doing. So I don't know if you guys have seen more or less ads on my videos or more or less ads on any of the other content creators you guys want to watch. I want to let you guys know that YouTube is making some changes. So they are allowing an AI program to essentially figure out where they should place ads inside videos. Now, if you guys do not know, as a content creator, I obviously do make my money off of AdSense, which means I make my money off of views. So you do place ads throughout the video, whether you have a beginning, middle, or end, it's completely up to you. But I've been doing this now since 2020, being monetized, and now YouTube is making some changes. So instead of me manually inputting where I think a good ad break would be, YouTube has decided to implement an AI program to do it for me. Now, let me tell you, this I think is going to be detrimental not only for the viewership but for the content creator as well, because the AI program wants to find the natural breaks inside of videos. So any moment where that is where they're going to think, okay, this is where an ad will belong. Normally, I would always try to place my ads where I know there could be like a little cutscene moment, but YouTube's now decided that as of like something, I think like May 7th or May 12th, they're going to start doing it themselves. I opted out of the program because I was like, I don't want to be part of this. I'm fine doing it myself, because they may add so many more ads than I actually want to have my video. I don't want to have that many ads in my videos. I do 3 to 4 at most. I try not to put a lot of ads in my video, but their AI program may be putting a lot in there because they think that's where their natural break is. It's supposed to help the content creator while giving the viewer an enhanced experience while watching your videos. I personally wish that we can truly opt out. I was able to opt out up until May, I think 12th. At that point, I don't have a choice. Automatic ads are going to be put into my videos, so I cannot control no longer how many ads you guys may or may not see. And so with that being said, you guys are probably going to see some changes not only on my channel, but pretty much every other content creator out there as well. I'm going to start to leave some natural breaks in my video. That way it is not going to be overwhelmed. I don't want you guys to get back to back to back to back ads. I've seen it. Whenever I allow the automatic ads, I've seen like 6 of them all within like a 5-minute span. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Ain't no way. I do not want that. I did not approve that, but I do not have a choice. So if you start seeing us, taking longer pauses between talking, or maybe putting in like a little title or like a little empty slide, it's because we're trying to essentially cheat the system, where we're trying to cheat the system and where we want the ad break to be versus what they think the AI should put the ad. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up. This is not going to be in my control starting like at the beginning of May. I will lose the ability to control where ads are placed. YouTube is going to do it for me. So if you see less ads or you see a lot more, please know it's not me. It's not your other content creators. It is literally AI taking over, deciding what they think is the best spot to have a natural ad break. So I just want to give you guys just a heads up what was going on there. Okay, so for the next top story, I want to talk about Shroud Cosmetics. So Shroud Cosmetics just announced this past week that they were officially closing their doors. Now, I have never really interacted with Shroud Cosmetics before, but I have an amazing friend who definitely has. And, we've talked behind the scenes about this particular brand. And I was really sad to see that this brand was MIA for a very, very, very long time. When I first tried out Shroud Cosmetics, it's when I got the the Baddie Beans It's Freaking Bats palette. Now, at that time, it sold out so unbelievably fast. It took over 5 months for me to get my palette. And by the time I got it, I completely forgot that I even had it to begin with. And the reason being was that Chloe, who is the owner of Shroud Cosmetics, was pressing all of her powders and formula herself and placing it in the palette, which is great because then she can kind of keep it exactly how she wants. She can cut the cost. She can save so much money for herself, bring in more money for her business to allow herself to expand. I get why she did it, but at the same time, it also can really hurt your business because you could take a long time to produce a palette versus going over to a manufacturer who could produce it at a faster rate with a more consistent formula. So for me, I was kind of disappointed when I got my first palette because I was like, damn, this took over 5 months. And I knew it was not Betty Jean's fault. She was just like, I'm so sorry. There's nothing she can do. Chloe just kind of took her time. And then when it came around for the Halloween palette, it actually came rather quickly. I think Chloe learned her lesson and pre-pressed all of her palettes ahead of time. Now, what I will say is I wanted to try more stuff in the brand, but I started to notice that they were starting to fall short. They were not paying their affiliates. They were not delivering the packages that people paid for. And they're doing tons of pre-orders without ever sending out those products. And I really started to side-eye that brand because I was like, why are you charging people? And then 6 months later, they still haven't got their collection. I found it to be so distasteful because I don't believe in taking a consumer's money that they work so hard to earn for them just to pocket it and they never get any product, they never get anything out of it. And at some point it's very difficult for you to go to your bank and do a chargeback because you're only allowed a certain amount of time. So I just feel really bad because most people lost their money and they never got products. So I was not surprised in the least bit when I saw that they decided to announce that they were closing. Now I did kind of know what was going on behind the scenes from what my friends were telling me. So I understand that Chloe went through something horrendous. I could not imagine watching one of my parents get sick with cancer and then pass away. That would take such a huge hit to me personally. I mean, I would probably lose a lot of weight. I would not mentally be okay. I would not be emotionally okay. So I understood why Chloe took a step back from her brand for the amount of time that she did. I think the only thing I didn't understand is why she just couldn't communicate it to anyone. Like, she didn't talk to anyone. Wasn't talking to her customers, to her affiliates, to anyone. She just went completely dead silent and just ghosted everybody. And that was just kind of sad. Because like, people really trusted the brand and trusted the affiliates that they bought the products from and trusted the affiliates who advertise those products that this was going to be something that they're going to love, and they never got anything. So at the end of the day, my heart does go out to Chloe because no one should have to go through what she went through. I just wish that there was some sort of communication when it came down to it. This is not the first indie brand that's done something like this. I talked about Chaotic Cosmetics a while ago, how they kind of did something very similar where they just kind of fell off the face of the earth, left people in the dust for a couple months after pre-orders had gone out, after they did some pre-orders and nobody got their packages, nobody got their orders, nothing. They went dead silence, and they did eventually come back. Now, what I will say when it comes to Chaotic Cosmetics, they're still closed right now. They do intend on reopening, but they have been very transparent since that time, pretty much since my video, because we had a little discussion behind the scenes. And since my video, the owner has been very transparent about what's going on with their brand, why they have not reopened, what they plan to do. And I do appreciate the transparency. I understand that things happen behind the scenes that's just not in your control, and that sometimes just life happens. But just being honest with your consumers, I feel like it's just the best way to go. And I don't know if Chloe had a team with her. I don't know if she had a team doing packing and customer service and Instagram. I don't know if she had anyone but herself. I just feel bad for all those consumers who did put their money into the brand. And unfortunately, like I said, she did decide to shut down her brand this past week. She did leave a long statement over on her Instagram, which I can go ahead and read for you guys. It's a little long, so bear with me. It just says, "Hi everyone, I'm writing to share some bittersweet news. After a decade and a half, I made the incredible difficult decision to officially close Shroud. What started as a small hobby in my parents' kitchen at the age of 16 grew into something so much bigger than I could have ever imagined. Shroud became not just a business, but a space where I learned, stumbled, grew, and connected with all you. It's been a journey filled with countless lessons, and let's be honest, a lot of trial and errors. But with every misstep taught me something valuable, and every success felt like a shared victory. As many of you remembered, in 2020 was a pivotal year for Shroud. Despite my best efforts, unforeseen challenges and a lack of preparation left me struggling." She's referring to the It's Freaking Bats palette. The 9 months between September 2020 and June 21st was some of the hardest of my life. Despite that, I pushed through, finding success with battling constant exhaustion. In June of 2023, my father was diagnosed with cancer, adding more pressure. Trying to juggle work, family took a toll on my health, and I needed to step back. In February 2024, we learned my father's cancer was terminal, and he passed away in April. When I tried to return to Shroud afterwards, I was overwhelmed with a sense of dread, feeling as though I had left so many down and burned too many bridges to even think about rebuilding. Eventually, I had to be honest with myself. For the past past year, I've been focusing on something that I've been ignoring for far too long: my own health, my own healing, and my personal life. Walking away from something you poured your heart and soul into is never easy, but I've come to realize that closing a chapter isn't a failure; it's just a part of the story. Before I officially shut the doors, I'll be selling the remainder of the Shroud stock. That'll be a great opportunity to grab some of the final pieces before they're gone for good. So while this is a goodbye for now, it's not the end of everything. If I do decide to return to the beauty world, you can be sure it will be done with care, intention, preparation it deserves. I learned so much from this experience, and if there's a next time, I'll be ready. But before I go, I need to say this. Thank you to all who supported Shroud over the years. Thank you for every order, every message, every shout out, every moment of patience when things didn't go as planned. For every single one of you made this journey what it is. I'll never forget it. Shroud would have never existed without you, and I'm endlessly grateful for every role you played in this story. I also want to give a special thank you to the incredible creatives and makeup artists who believed in Shroud, used our products to create magic, and share your artistry with us. Your talent, passion, and creativity have been a consistent source of inspiration over the years, and your work is a reminder of the power of art. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being part of this adventure with me. If you ever felt like you've been cheering me on, just know I felt it. I felt it every step of the way. Take care of yourself. Maybe we'll cross paths again in the future. With all my love and patience, Chloe, your makeup friend. And like I said, I completely understand her needing to take a step back and taking care of herself. I just could not imagine losing my father to cancer. I understand it. I do wish that she would have, just communicated more, kind of let people know, hey guys, I need to take a step back, and maybe she could have refunded everybody. I don't know why she didn't, because she had the ability to go through all those pre-orders, cancel them, and just send back everybody their money. I mean, I don't have a beauty brand, but I would assume that's something that she could do, and I guess she chose not to. So I thought that was actually kind of sad and a little bit poor business practice on that part. But I am happy that she's finally focusing on herself. If she ever does decide to come back to the beauty world, I don't know if I necessarily would buy from her right away. I kind of would want to see how things unfold, because I think for this one, this one really kind of burned a lot of bridges with people, and it's just kind of sad to see. But I do wish her all the best, and I really do hope she takes care of herself. Speaking of one indie brand closing, we have another one starting. So Chokehold Cosmetics is a new emerging brand that is actually going to be launching, I believe, on April 17th. They have a cute little collection, and it's going to be a Chokehold eyeshadow palette. It's going to have 7 stunning shades, from a soft matte and to electrifying shimmers, plus 1 luminous pink highlighter and a warm earthy blush. They're also going to be launching a bold seductive red lip gloss that's more than just a shine, along with a 5-piece brush set that has 3 precision eye brushes and 2 essential face brushes to complete your kit. This will be dropping on the 17th. And I will say, I do think this is really cute. I'm curious to see how the formula is going to be, because if you guys did not know, Chokehold Cosmetics is actually the cousin to Unearthly Cosmetics. Amanda, who's the owner of Unearthly, just announced recently that her cousin just started her own brand called Chokehold Cosmetics. I'm assuming they might be coming from the same warehouse or same factory, so the formula should be kind of consistent. At least I would hope so. I love Unearthly formula. I am excited to see how this brand is going to do. Are people going to talk about it? People are going to get it. I personally want to try this brand. I will say the palette's not necessarily my color story. You guys know I'm not really into a lot of reds, and there seems to be a little bit more red heavy focus in this palette, so I might skip on this particular launch, but I do want to keep my eye on this brand. I love trying out new indie brands, because indie brands have some of the best formulas out there, and it's why I want to support them as best as I can. Because if you guys did not know, which I'm sure you guys do, there are some really heavy tariffs that are put into our economy right now, and it's taking a huge impact on small indie brands. I will not be surprised if we see some close down by the end of the year, so I'm gonna do everything I can to support them while I can. I do want to let you guys know, brands like Unearthly did go ahead and announce that they did close down their affiliate program, and they're going to rework it, because right now they kind of need to focus on their brand themselves. I know Gourmand Girl said they're no longer sending out PR, internationally, because they just can't afford to do so, and that they're going to hold on until the very end if they can. I've seen other indie brands say they're going to have to refigure out how they're going to do their manufacturers, their products, just because these tariffs have really taken a hit on their brand, and they're not really sure how they're going to survive. So if there's some indie brands out there that you guys love and want to support, please keep checking them. Please keep supporting them. Please keep showing them love, because a little bit does go long, especially with the small businesses right now. The last one, at least for breaking stories, I want to talk about Glamlight. Now, you guys know I love Glamlight so much. And Glamlight's run by humans. Humans make mistakes. And this one right here, I hope it doesn't take a hit on them. So Recently Glamlight had their Twilight launch, and when I got the PR box, I did not have the glitter setting spray, but I did not know at the time that it's because it's on back order. That is why I did not get it. And apparently 500 plus customers would experience the same thing that I did. So right now the glitter spray was not in the collection because there is a back order because there is a delay on it. So they recently just went ahead and they emailed their 500 plus customers, pretty much giving them two different options. Option one, they can continue to wait for the glitter spray, or option two, they can get a refund for the difference of the glitter spray. It's completely up to them. However, that sounds great. But what Glamlight accidentally did is, instead of emailing each customer individually, they CC'd all 500 plus customers on one email. So I've had so many of you guys reach out to me with screenshots of the emails that you guys were getting, and everybody was responding back to the email trends. And everybody was responding back. Some were saying, oh my God, Glamlight, this is a huge invasion of privacy. Others are just saying, yeah, I want option one, or I want option two. And I was like, oh my God, no, they CC'd all 500 plus customers on one email. I would be pissed if that were me, because I don't want to be bombarded with 500 emails a day. Like, that would be really overwhelming for me. I'd be so freaking annoyed. I want to shut down that email. But two, I also do feel like it's kind of invasion of privacy. I don't know if these emails are going to contain your order number, your personal information. I don't know. But I do feel that this was definitely a huge mistake that occurred. Now, when this got brought to my attention, I immediately reached out to Glamlight to say, hey, this is what's going on. I don't know if you guys are aware of it. If you are, great. If you're not, now you are. I never heard back from them, so I don't know whether or not they are aware of the situation. I would have assumed by now. Someone has to know. So I did text Glamlight and I was like, hey, this mistake happened. I want to bring it to your attention. So I don't know. I know that at the end of the day, this is a huge mistake. Trust me, I have made some mistakes at my job, and it's scary when it happens because you're like, oh crap, like, it's scary because things can go wrong so fast, and I'm sure that person that did this did not mean to do this at all. And I'm so sorry if you guys are one of the people who did have your email CC'd in on that and you got bombarded with a lot of emails. But just know, I don't think Glamlight did it on purpose. I know Glamlight did not do that on purpose. I'm sure they're very much scrambling behind the scenes to fix the situation, and my heart just goes out to them. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up this week's breaking news. Now we're going to dive into this week's new makeup releases that have been announced in sneak peek. So one of the first I'm going to talk about is actually Game Beauty. Game Beauty just recently launched their Street Fighter collection. It's actually what I'm wearing on my face right now. I did film a full dedicated video for you guys. So you guys will see that later this week. You guys will see how I got these eye looks. And I will say, I'm so excited for Game Beauty. When Game Beauty first reached out to me back in 2020 to send me the adventure palette, I was like, oh my God, gaming and makeup, say less. And I feel like they've really evolved over the years. So they decided to team up with Street Fighter to create this really beautiful collection. You're going to have an eyeshadow palette, you're going to have 6 lipsticks, you're going to have 6 duochrome single shadows, 2 highlighters, 4 blushes. It's a really cute collection, and if you are a huge Street Fighter fan, you guys are absolutely going to love this. Now, they do sell the collection as a whole. You guys can buy pieces individually. You guys can use code Allie, save you guys 10% off, and I will say, I think this is a really cute collection. I think you guys should definitely check it out. Up next, Laneige just dropped their brand new flavor, which is going to be their matcha bubble tea. They're going to be dropping a brand new lip sleeping mask in a matcha bubble tea and a lip glowy balm in a matcha bubble tea. The lip mask retails for $24. The lip balm retails for $19. Now, I don't know if it's actually going to smell or taste like matcha. I've tried matcha several times. It tastes like grass. It tastes like grass. I've tried it. I tried it different ways. My coworkers have said try this. I just can't get into it. I've tried, and I'm eating grass or I'm drinking grass. It's just not really a scent that I enjoy. They're like, oh, you gotta make it sweeter, gotta do this. I'm just like, but I don't want to have 7 pumps of honey blend, to make it taste better. I've tried. It just tastes like sweet grass to me. So for me, as much as I love the Laneige, you guys know I love Laneige. I've been freaking talking about this damn lip balms, these lip crazes for nonstop. I do really enjoy their other lip products, like their lip mask and their lip balms. I think they're really incredible. So for me, as much as I'd want to pick this up, since it's a matcha scent, I'm probably going to pass on it. Up next, Chic Glam just launched some new Buttery Bliss Blush Sticks. Buttery Bliss blush sticks. It says, get cheeky with these blush sticks. Your secret to a flawless, dewy glow. A silky smooth, blendable formula glides on like a dream, blending seamlessly for a natural finish. It's going to retail for $5.99 and it's going to come in quite a few shades. Now, I do not shop Chic Glam. I've had them reach out to me so many times at this point asking to send me PR, and each time I just don't either don't respond or I just say no thank you. I will say that I do think they make some really pretty products. I've seen so many different reviews on their brand. I'm like, damn, those stuff look good. It does, but I'm just going to I'm sticking to my morals on this one. I just can't support that brand. And the people that I do know that do love the brand, they said their quality is quite nice. So this is something you're interested in. I believe it's going to be available right now. I do like how affordable they are. So if you want to check it out, it is live right now. Up next, it looks like Juvia's Place is launching some new Nubian eyeshadow sticks. These are for a long-lasting eye look designed for maximum impact with minimal effort. Each creamy, high pigmented stick delivers smooth, blendable color in both matte and shimmer finishes. They're going to retail for $14. I think that's actually quite incredible. I will say I necessarily am not the biggest fan of eyeshadow sticks. I don't mind it if it's like in a shimmer version because that's really easy to work with. But for a matte version, I'm just really not into the matte version. I just feel like it kind of goes on super creamy, and you do have to kind of blend it out for a powdered like effect. But for me, every time I've done that, it just gets kind of like creasy. It doesn't have longevity to it. So I just find myself not really gravitated to a lot of eyeshadow sticks unless it's in a shimmer formula. So for me, this is such an easy pass, but I also love how affordable these are. So if this is something you're interested in, this will be available as of right now. Up next, it looks like Prada Beauty is launching some new products. They're going to be coming out with the Prada Glow Night. This is an this is an lip oil and a slick texture that glides smoothly on the lips for hydration. And they're also launching a Prada Light Global Highlighter. It gives you a soft glow for a soft, radiant finish. For me, easy pass. I've never tried anything from Prada Beauty. I really would like to, but I like to buy it in store. I want to see it in store to test the quality, see if it's actually worth the price point. As pretty as it is, it's a no for me. Up next, I may sound like an idiot, but I had no idea that Vera Wang did perfumes. Is this like something new, or has this been around for a minute? Like, I thought Vera Wang only did wedding dresses, but apparently not. So she has a new love perfume coming out. This is going to present a feminine and confident amber floral scent featuring the Queen of the Night. The top notes are mandarin essence, pink pepper, and blackcurrant accord. The heart notes are exclusive Queen of the Night nature print, and with a Indian Tuberose Absolute, Indian Jasmine, Sambok, and Absolute. Base notes are Ambrox, Super, Z11 HD Vanilla Accord. I can never understand those notes. If you guys want to understand perfume, go check out Leah Janae's channel. This is what she like literally specializes in. But for me, I will say the bottle is super cute. It's super cute. It's supposed to look like a ring. I think it's adorable. And it makes sense because Vera Wang makes beautiful wedding dresses that I could never afford. And I just love the fact that this is like a ring-shaped bottle. I think it's so cute, very unique. And I'm very tempted to see what this smells like. The price is actually surprisingly not bad. The 1 ounce is $65, the 1.6 is $85. Still on the pricey side, but not as pricey as I generally thought it would be. So that's actually not too bad. Not too bad at all. Speaking of scents, it looks like Skylar is releasing a new scent screen mist in Boardwalk Daylight SPF 30. This is pure vanilla cotton candy coconut milk. Say less. So this is a mist that smells like summer, lightweight and hydrating. It mist on for the nostalgia scents of a boardwalk delight formulated with red algae and copper peptides known to help support the skin hydration, smoothness, and visible signs of aging. This is vegan, water-resistant formula that lasts for about 80 minutes, and it's safe for sensitive skin. It retails for $25. This is something I can definitely see myself getting because the top notes are Aquata Accord, watery apple, juicy raspberry, sorbet. Little notes are water lily, guava flower, coconut milk. Base notes are cotton candy, vanilla, solar amber, and musk. This is definitely my style of scent. I would be spraying this on like crazy. Oh my God, like crazy to smell like a cotton candy coconut milk. Oh, I'd be wanting to lick myself. That smells, I was gonna say that smells delicious. Like I know what it smells like, but it sounds delicious. I definitely would like to get this. Up next, it looks like Fenty Beauty wants to jump on board of the eyeshadow sticks because they're rolling out with a new Diamond Vel eyeshadow stick. This is an intensely pigmented, blendable 3 mega carat sparkle shades. Creamy, deliver high impact color intensity in just a single swipe. Long lasting formula that easily blends and smudges, resists creasing, fading, sweat, heat, and waterproof. It retails for $27. Wow, those are some high claims. Now this one, I can see myself picking up one shade to try. right? Like I feel like that'd be kind of easy just to do like one little swipe. Now for me personally, the two eyeshadow sticks that I generally do love are actually from Dosa Color. They never actually brought these back. These are the multi-dimensional multi-sticks. They're still sold out on the website. These came out last year and I really do enjoy these. Just one swipe on, so easy, so easy to work with. So I'm really curious if Fenty Beauty has something very similar, because if they do, I'd definitely be interested in picking this up. And if the camera just moved, I'm so sorry. My dog Koa is right behind there and he just literally kicked the camera and I just saw, ooh. Up next, it looks like Prada is releasing a new Reveal Mesh Cushion Foundation in Europe. This is foundation for a flawless finish that's weightless with an SPF 50. This is going to be a radiant matte complexion that lasts up to 24 hours with a breathable texture enriched with niacinamide that gives you a natural, healthy glow. It has high UV protection, and it also is going to be in a refillable case. Interesting, it's only going to be available in 4 shades. So if you are anything darker than me, this is not for you, sadly. I don't know why, like, so many high-end brands do this shit all the time. Like, they really should start being inclusive. They can afford to. Out of all the brands out there, high-end brands can afford to make an extension range, an expanse range. Like, they totally can. They just choose not to. And it's just so sad to see. So for me, easy pass. Up next, it's another day, another ColourPop. So ColourPop is launching 6 new pearly shades to its liquid blush line. They're going to retail for $10 each, and they're going to have a nice shimmer to them. I think they look beautiful. Now, ColourPop did reach out to me to ask if I want to receive them. I said yes, but when I got the response back, they said, "Oh, you're too late. You didn't answer back in time." I was like, you guys just sent this the night before. But so I'm not going to end up getting them, which is completely okay, because at the end of the day, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of like shimmery blushes. I know a lot of people out there love them, and I normally don't, and I don't mind them, but they're not my favorite formula. I prefer a matte blush, because at the end of the day, I'm going to want to put on a highlighter, and I get so oily. The last thing I want to do is just accentuate the oil by having a luminous blush and a highlighter. Sometimes it can make me look more oily than I actually am. So I'm kind of okay to pass on this, but I will say I do appreciate the fact that it does retail for $10 in the 6 shades. They do look beautiful, and they are available now if you guys do want to check them out. Speaking of luminous blushes, Unearthly also just dropped some new blushes as well. So they have 6 new luminous blushes, and these look beautiful, but they do have a shimmer lumosity to them. So they're gonna be available as of right now. The shade that I think I looked like the most was Blades, but then I talked to Amanda. She said that Dusk might be prettier on me instead, and I was like, wait a minute. I was looking at it, I was like, ooh, that is a really good like peachy coral. So I think I might end up getting Dusk as well. Like I said, these are gonna be available right now, even though codes are no longer being applied to Unearthly. She said that she's gonna be doing sales and discounts as often as she can, so keep an eye out for that. But these are gonna be available right now if you guys do want to check them out. So up next, I talked about this last week, but Glaminatrix finally unveiled their new palette. This is going to be the brand new Nearly Natural palette. This pre-sales are going to be going on April 20th at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't have a code with the brand, but I know a lot of my other friends do. It's going to retail for $53 US, and this is such a beautiful neutral palette. This is supposed to be a older sister to, I think, the other like Barely Nude palettes, like 2.0, this older sister. I don't have that, so I'm really looking forward to picking this. I'm really forward to getting this, because this looks like it's gonna be beautiful, natural, like a neutral palette with pops of beautiful pastel pinks and golds and silvers, and it just looks really beautiful, like icy lavenders. I'm really excited to get my hands on this. So this will be coming on pre-order on April 20th if you guys do want to pick it up. Speaking of new launches, I also saw that Gourmand Girls just announced that they have a new palette coming out as well. So I've Call of the Sirens. This is going to be a mermaid inspired eyeshadow palette along with Mermaid Magic, their first ever blush and highlighter palette. I am so excited to check that out. I absolutely love Gourmand Girls formula. They make some incredible palettes that are so beautiful with great formula. This looks like it's going to be really pretty. They haven't revealed it yet. I do know that I am getting it in PR, so just wait, you guys. I do know that I am getting this, and you guys can use my code Allie, save you guys 10% off when shopping anything Gourmand Girls. Let me tell you, I already seen some sneak peeks of this. Y'all are not going to be disappointed. Up next, the Pastel Rose Cosmetics, which, by the way, I did play with their new Moonlight palette. You guys will see in an upcoming Shop My Stash video. They have a new palette that just is coming out. This is going to be the Chakra Eyeshadow Palette. This is a delicate harmony of elegance and everyday beauty. The Chakra Eyeshadow Palette is inspired by the fleeting grace of cherry blossoms in bloom. It's going to have 12 timeless shades, 8 mattes, and 4 radiant duochromes and shimmer eyeshadows. This palette looks really beautiful. I had the chance to play with the Moonlight palette, and I was thoroughly impressed with the formula. It's actually what I had on my face, I think my eyes last week when you guys saw that really pretty like purpley eye look. It was actually the Moonlight palette. So I will say I was thoroughly impressed with that brand. I'd like to try more stuff from them, and this palette will be available now if you guys want to check it out. Up next, Wicked Widow Beauty just announced they have a new collection launching on April 18th at 12 p.m. and it is going to be the American Psycho collection. Looks like this is going to come out with lipsticks, with an eyeshadow palette, looks like some blushes. I know that everybody right now is definitely freaking out over this online because so many people love American Psycho. I haven't seen it, but I will say I love the fact that they are doing a lot of horror movies as well. So Glamlight had definitely, been the reigning champ of doing horror collections, but it's really nice to see a smaller indie brand also going, wait a minute, there are other palettes, there are other scary movies out there to represent. So they did like The Crow, and now they're doing American Psycho, and I'm so excited to see what they do next. I've tried a few of their palettes I have in my collection. The formula is quite nice, so I'm excited to see the full reveal of this. And when I see it, I'll definitely let you guys know what it is. Last but not least, my beautiful friend Angelica Neatfix actually teamed up with Cleona Cosmetics to do Angelica's Favorite Bundle 2.0. So this is going to be launching on April 17th at 3 p.m. It's going to retail for $104 US. It says that coupon codes are not eligible during that time, but they will have a 15% off sale coming up. Now Angelica did get to team up to pick out 10 of her favorite stained glasses to create a bundle for you guys. This is where she said that this is the best place to start off if you don't know what to get from Cleona. Try out her 10 favorite stained glasses. She did this a couple years ago. Now she had a chance to do this again. I'm so excited for her. I'm not getting this in PR. I don't get any PR really from Cleona. I did like 1 or 2 times since the Creator Friends, but I haven't since. I do have a code. It is code Allie, save you guys 5% off, but I'm excited for her. The shade she picked look absolutely beautiful. Did an amazing swatch reel over on Instagram if you guys want to check it out. The colors are gorgeous. I'm tempted to pick this up myself because I love their stained glass shadows. They perform beautifully, have such pigmentation, a beautiful shift to them. I think Angelica did a really good job picking out those shades, and I'm so excited they got to team up again to do Angelica's Favorite Bundle. So with that said, guys, that is it for this week's new makeup releases. Was there anything that I talked about that you guys were like, I'm so excited to get? Or are you guys just like, meh, my wallet's safe this week? Let me know in the comments below. But that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel. It's R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.